close.
No, today.
Didn't they going to lose the championship lead?
You're asking me to do mathematics. It'll only have more sarcasm coming from next door.
Well, where's Bigger at the moment? He's in fifth place.
Yep. So, 25, 20,
16,
13, 11.
11 points for the taking if he stays where he is and nothing changes around him.
Fenati at the moment in 7th place in the championship, only 13th after that 20-place finish last time in Argentina. So we'll work it all. It comes up on our monitors and we can look smart then when it tells us everything.
I shouldn't have given the game away there, should I?
Transparency, George. It's always good to
Ertl's closing in again on Quattararo.
His pace over a long distance, we've seen it before when he's out in free practice or qualifying. There he is, right there, the 65 on the case of Quattararo. His pace is so consistent. It's almost, you could set your clock by it.
It's Lorenzo-esque, isn't it?
It really is. And nothing interferes with it. You just bang, 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 that. When you look at the sheets, when I take all the sheets home at the end of the day and look at lap times and who was the consistent, Ertl's time is always really, really tight.
He was one of the top overtakers last year. Didn't qualify too well, but always made up ground in the race.
We're talking about the 65, but we're looking at the 20, the 3rd place man, Fabio Quattararo, the young Frenchman.
France below.
Will be the reason there.
No surprise, Scott's an Italian name. Here is an Italian, born and bred.
Fenati, it's a 2.8 second lead now over Navarro. So Navarro has just, again, taken a tenth out of him. But you've got to say, Fenati, what was his last? 2:17.8 was his lap time. He just seems to be controlling it now from the front. There are your championships. So he would lead it by 2 points, Julian. So your feeling about where things might... If Navarro finishes where he is at the moment, which is going to be second by the look of it,
It is.
Binder will lose the lead. Antonelli will only be 9 points behind if he finishes where he is on the track at the moment, which is now 7th. So Antonelli is doing himself a whole load of good in this championship.
He started today second, but given where he started today, Keith, I agree with you.
Yeah, I think he's done a great job of damage limitation from back. And the last thing he needed was a 4th crash here in succession.
Yeah, that would be...
4th crash as in years, in succession.
Yes, he's not seen the checkered flag here yet.
I think he did last year, but he remounted. If my memory serves. Someone somewhere will correct me on that, for sure. At BT Sport MotoGP, if you fancy that correction. Let's take a look then. Romano Fenati out wide, looking for the berm right out there. You can see when the MotoGP guys leave the rubber, and that is the difference. That's a stark indicator of the difference in lines between Moto3 and MotoGP. The MotoGP guys up the inside, turn it, squirt it, leave a great big dark line on the ground. Moto3, loads of momentum, got to carry the speed through the corner, can't kill the motor. So they look at this, Bastianini back in Antonelli, and so's Canet followed it through as well. And Canet takes to Aaron Canet, young Aaron Canet, 16 years old, just blitzed 2 top men. And now Bastianini was up for the world title last year, and he's still not a slack now.
Canet was up for the Spanish, the junior world title.
Well, what about Antonelli too? He lost 2 places there, all in one corner.
That will really not...
Didn't expect to see that. 7th to 9th.
Unlucky Locatelli, though, staying in front of this trio.
Yeah, it looks to me like the Canet might be the man to bring them up, though. Could that possibly be that he's learning the track so well, lap on lap? Let's keep an eye on his time, shall we? Canet's time. It's quick, it's 2:17.5 that time round. He's faster than the leader. He's faster than all the men in front of him. The 44, young Aaron Canet, is the quickest man on the track at this point in the race. Now that's impressive.
Isn't it, Charles? I wonder what he's trying to convince you aside, him, Keith.
Insider knowledge. That will come as a bit of a shock to old stagers, Enea Bastianini and Nico Antonelli.
The well-known old man.
Oh, big slipstream now coming up into turn 1. Wait for it, it's in your face, this hill. Whoa! Canet gets it wrong and then gets it so right. So a bit of Marc Marquez in him there. And he's going to hold it. He's muscled, nerfed Nico out the way at turn 2.
That was Hector Barber and Aldo Baptista who qualified yesterday.
Right, it's hectic down here, isn't it? There's only one line through here, so don't expect to pass unless it's illegal. Not allowed to go onto the solid red. You can use it if you dare, the red and white, but it unsettles the suspension so much because of its nature that not many people venture out there on purpose, I can tell you.
And that's Stellarium in
is back in
fast speed.